Have you ever looked at your life and say, I know I'm capable, I know I'm intelligent, and I know I've accomplished a lot. So why does everything still feel so heavy? Maybe you're successful in your career. Maybe everyone depends on you. Maybe you're the one that's always focused on getting things done. But underneath all of that, you're exhausted. You overthink decisions, and you have a hard time asking for help. Rest feels uncomfortable. And no matter how much personal development you've done, there's still this feeling that something isn't changing. If that's you, this video is for you. One of the biggest misconceptions is that successful women don't struggle. And that's just simply not true. In fact, many of the women I work with are incredibly capable. They own businesses, they lead teams, they raise families, they're dependable, they're smart, they're self-aware, and they're the person that everyone else leans on. And because they look successful from the outside, nobody realizes how much they really carry on the inside. And sometimes you become so good at carrying everything that you don't even realize how heavy it is anymore. Maybe you're carrying the business. Maybe you're carrying your family. Maybe you're carrying everyone else's emotions. Maybe you're the one everyone calls when there's a crisis because they know that you'll figure it out. You've become known as the strong one, the dependable one, the one who can handle anything. And after a while, you stop even asking yourself whether you should be carrying it at all. You just keep carrying it. Here's what I find fascinating. Most women think that they have a discipline problem or motivation problem or a confidence problem. But what if that's not actually what's happening? What if the behavior that you're frustrated with isn't the real problem? What if it's simply the symptom of something that's happening underneath? Maybe you keep saying yes when you really want to say no. Maybe you can't seem to relax even when you finally have time. Maybe you're always fixing everyone else's problems before your own. Maybe it feels uncomfortable to receive, or you feel like you constantly have to prove yourself. But no matter how much you accomplish, you never feel like it's enough. Those aren't random personality traits. They're often patterns. One of the things I've learned over the years is this. We spend a tremendous amount of time trying to change our behaviors. We create better routines, morning habits, visual boards, calendars, boundaries, productivity systems. And don't get me wrong, those things absolutely have value. But if there's a pattern underneath the behavior, it'll never change. And eventually the old behavior, it finds its way back. And it's like pulling weeds without removing the roots. For a little while, it looks different, but eventually the same thing grows back. This is actually something I know personally. For a long time, I wore being capable like a badge of honor. And if something needed to be figured out, I figured it out. If there was a problem, I solved it. And if someone needed me, I showed up. And on the surface, that looked like strength. But over time, I started to notice something. The more capable I became, the more people depended on me. And the more people that depended on me, well, the more I believed it was my responsibility to carry everything. And I was running businesses and raising my daughter who has significant special needs. I was investing in real estate. I was helping with clients. I was leading groups. Now, from the outside, it probably looked like I had it all together. But what people couldn't see was the weight that I was carrying internally. I didn't think of it as a pattern. I thought it's just who I was. And looking back, I realized something really important. Being capable wasn't the problem. The problem was somewhere along the way, I had connected my value with being the one who carried everything. So every time I took on more, and every time I said yes, and I convinced myself that it's just easier if I did it, I was reinforcing the pattern that I didn't even know I had. Today, I still consider myself capable. I still love helping people, and I still run multiple businesses, but I don't measure my worth by how much I carry anymore. And that's a different way to live. The very strength that helped me build my life quietly became the thing that was making my life feel so heavy. And maybe that's true for you too. So instead of asking what's wrong with me, I'd love for you to start asking a different question. What pattern could be creating this? Because that's a different conversation. One question creates shame and the other creates curiosity. And curiosity is where real change begins. In the next video, we're going to talk about something that confuses a lot of people. why you can completely understand your pattern and still keep repeating it. Because awareness is incredibly valuable, but awareness by itself doesn't always create change. If this resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, click all the buttons, and continue to video 2, because each video builds on the last. I'll see you there.